If you think being a planet is glamorous, you clearly haven't met Uranus, the one planet everyone makes fun of and no one wants to get close to. Let's try this again. Are you ready to journey to the most bullied, most avoided, most tragically misunderstood planet in our cosmic backyard? A place that's colder than your ex's heart, smells worse than gym socks dipped in sulfur, and rotates like it slipped on a cosmic banana peel? Buckle up. We're diving headfirst into existential dread and diamond rain. Because today, we're asking the big smelly question, why does it suck to be Uranus? And spoiler alert, it really, really does. Let's just address the giant, giggling elephant in the room. The name, Uranus. No matter how many scientists try to say Uranus or Uranus or Heavenly Celestial Spheroid 7, we all know the truth. It sounds like, well, your butt. Imagine existing for 4.5 billion years, only to become the galactic punchline. Every textbook, every classroom, every YouTube comment section. Lol Uranus. Congratulations. You're a meme. But hey, maybe Uranus has thick rings and thicker skin? Let's keep going. Unlike most planets that spin upright, Uranus said, nah, I'm gonna roll. With a 98-degree tilt, Uranus literally spins on its side. Think of a rotisserie chicken in space, or a sleepy seal doing barrel rolls for eternity. How did this happen? Well, some scientists think Uranus got body slammed by a massive object long ago. Others say it was just born weird. Either way, now every season on Uranus lasts 42 Earth years. One hemisphere bakes in darkness for decades, while the other stares blankly at the sun like an awkward first date. Let's talk space tourism. Mars? Swarming with robots. The Moon? Human footprints. Jupiter and Saturn? Heck, even Pluto got a flyby. But Uranus? One. Single. Visit. In 1986, by Voyager 2, who zoomed past at full speed and never looked back. Do you want to hang out? Sorry, I have places to be. Cool. Yeah, same. So not only is Uranus spinning sideways with a stinky name, it's also the most ignored cry. Celestial body in our solar clique. That's got a sting. Ouch! Uranus looks calm and peaceful. That soft glue glow? Deceptive. Deadly. Disgusting. You know what's hiding in that dreamy sky? Hydrogen sulfide, the chemical responsible for farts and rotten eggs. The top layer of Uranus literally smells like a gas station bathroom in August. Want to take a sniff? One breath, and you're out cold. Two, and you're dead. Romantic. Let's say you do try to visit Uranus. First off, why? Second, good luck. The average temperature is minus 224 degrees Celsius. That's cold enough to freeze your bones, your blood, and your dreams. And while you're busy turning into a popsicle, Uranus will greet you with winds blasting at 900 kilometers per hour. That's like getting hit by a freight train, made of icy needles. Oh, and did we mention the diamond rain? Yep, it rains diamonds on Uranus. Sounds luxurious, right? Wrong. Because when diamonds fall from the sky at terminal velocity, they don't make you rich. They make you dead. Maybe you're thinking, but what if there's life on Uranus? Let me stop you right there, Neil deGrasse hopeful. Life as we know it? On Uranus? You have a better chance finding a vegan barbecue at a T-Rex reunion. It's a pressure cooker of ammonia, methane, hydrogen, and sulfur. That's not a habitat. That's a chemical war zone. You'd need a suit made from alien-grade titanium just to survive the outer layers. And even then, you'd be blind, frozen, breathless, and possibly shiny from the diamond shrapnel. So yeah, no life, no visitors, no party. Just a silent swirl of sadness and cosmic flatulence. You probably didn't even know this, but Uranus has rings. 13 of them actually, but nobody ever talks about them. Why? Because they're dark, narrow, and made of tiny particles that barely reflect light. In other words, space dust. Saturn walks in like Beyoncé in a disco ball dress. Uranus shows up to the prom in sweatpants and a fog machine. Even Neptune, the only other ice giant in the solar system, gets more love, because Neptune's storms are photogenic. Uranus? His biggest storm looked like a faint blur. Even his weather's shy. Here's a fun cosmic twist. Because Uranus spins sideways, its magnetic field is also tilted by 59 degrees. It's like the universe gave Uranus a compass, and the compass said, "Yeah, I'm drunk." So not only is its rotation a mess, but its magnetic field whips around the planet like a malfunctioning blender. You could be zapped by radiation in one spot, then totally safe in another. It's like Russian roulette with auroras. And speaking of auroras, Uranus has them, but they're weak and awkward, just like everything else about Uranus. Let's dig deeper. Literally, Uranus has no solid surface. That means if you fell into it, you wouldn't land. You'd just fall. Through clouds, through gases, through pressure, until you either got squished into space goo or turned into a diamond yourself. That's right, the intense pressure deep inside Uranus could crystallize carbon into diamonds. So your body could literally become space jewelry, which is kind of poetic, in a horrifying way. Uranus is so far from the sun, sunlight takes over 2.5 hours to reach it. By the time light shows up, it's basically a flashlight with commitment issues. The sun on Uranus looks like a distant star. You could stare at it all day and never even need sunscreen, which is the only perk, if you ignore the soul-crushing cold and atmospheric doom. Here's a daily schedule for Uranus. 6 a.m., float in silence. 9 a.m., rotate weirdly. Noon, the fart-smelling clouds. 3 p.m., be ignored by Earth. 6 p.m., rain diamonds. 9 p.m., contemplate your place in the universe. Midnight, repeat. For eternity. Even Pluto, who was demoted from planet status, gets more emotional support. Uranus? He's like the middle child no one talks about but still blames for everything. At this point, even Rico feeling bad. I have analyzed 1.4 million data points. Conclusion: Uranus is astronomically unlucky. Dude. I'd rather be sucked into Jupiter's red spot than spend one lonely second as Uranus. For a planet this massive, 14.5 times the mass of Earth, you'd think Uranus would command some cosmic respect. But instead, it's forgotten. Overshadowed. A giant gas ball with no fans, no missions, no love. You think being different is cool? Not in space. In space, different gets you ignored. Your rings? Lame. Your weather? Invisible. Your name? Don't even get me started. Even NASA, like, maybe we'll visit in 2045? By then, Uranus might have already emotionally imploded. Let's talk about the Uranian moons. Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, Oberon. They sound like characters from a Shakespeare play. And guess what? Yay! They are. Because Uranus names its moons after Shakespearean characters. Which sounds fancy. Until you realize that Miranda the moon with the prettiest name looks like it got hit by a truck and duct taped back together. These moons are icy, cracked, and cratered. Like sad little potatoes floating in eternal orbit. Even the family reunion is awkward. No volcanic activity, no underground oceans, no secret alien base, just broken moons and broken dreams. You know what else sucks? You'd think Uranus would get some redemption in sci-fi, right? Maybe a movie, a Netflix series, an action hero spin-off? Nope. You know what Uranus gets? A fart joke in every cartoon, and zero representation in every space epic ever made. No one's flying a starship into Uranus. No rebels are hiding there. Even Star Trek avoids the poor guy. It's not even dystopian, just irrelevant. Ladies and gentlemen, Uranus is the Eeyore of the solar system. the sad boy in the back of the planetary classroom doing a group project by himself. But hey, maybe that's what makes Uranus special. It's the underdog, the loner, the misunderstood ice giant just trying to keep spinning sideways and not cry in space. Sure, it smells bad, looks boring, and has the worst cosmic PR team ever. But you know what? That's exactly why it needs a hug. So, where do we go after Uranus? How about Neptune? It's stormy, scary, and might eat you alive.